a teenager. But we have mutual friends, of course. And so she, unbeknownst to me, had been watching me on my social media posts, on my, not my private group, but just on my public page. And so I, um, I immediately messaged her and I said, sure, I'll send you a book, give me your address. And so she DM'd me her address. And then I asked her, do you currently have a consultant? She didn't. And so I sent her a book. And this happened beginning like November 12th. And so we've just been going back and forth and, trying to connect, get dates together and all of that. And just I've just been answering her questions as she would ask me something. But anytime I posted something, it would be something new. So fast forward, here we are. She jumped on a Thursday night uh session for our, what was it called, Bridget?
Glow facial.
Glow facial. So she jumped on a glow facial. She was like super interested on there and she asked questions and she heard the about the new e-commerce. So when she heard about the new e-commerce, she was like on the sidebar texting me, "Hey Angie, did I hear that right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you did." And so after it was all said and done, I said, "Do you want to hop on and on Zoom again and we can answer your questions?" So I asked Bridget, "Hey, you want to hop on real quick?" She did. We answered her questions, sent her the link, she signed right up, and here we are.
Yeah,
So
that's exciting.
exciting.
Yay. And so what were the lessons that you learned a little bit when we talked about how this all transpired, Angie?
I learned a few lessons. One, I think it's just to be consistent with posting, because even when you don't think someone is watching, they are watching. So that was like my biggest lesson. To kind of, social media, we always say, okay, well, not we always say, but sometimes we say it may not be something that's for us. Oh, we're not comfortable with that and we don't know. But it's okay to try something new, even if we don't know, just try it. Because you don't know when your next win is going to be and what it's going to be. So, if you just put yourself out there, even if it's something small, just put yourself out there and just say, hey, I'm going to try this real quick, see what happens. And also learn that posting in my social media, like cross posting is really good. So when I post it on my Instagram, I make sure that like it's set to, if I post on my story, make sure I post to my Facebook story at the same time. Or if I post like an actual post, make sure that posts to my Facebook as well. And then if I want to send a message out, I mean, send a post to my private group, I can do that, but make sure it goes to my public page first. And
Hmm.
as long as you preface it with, hey, if you don't have a consultant, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there isn't. We're not posting a discount, right? You're just giving education. You're sharing about how to use a product. You're sharing about your services with the preferred customer program. And more people are going to see it when it is in your regular Facebook or Instagram. If we're spending a lot of energy putting things in private groups, it's just not going to be seen by as many people. So that is definitely the way that I'm seeing is working a little better. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have your group, um, but it does mean that you should. Whoops, Carla, I think you're sharing your screen.
How did you do?
There we go. It's okay. I did that the other day too. I shared my screen and it showed a whole mess of my desktop. Anyway, it's definitely good to make it public. So I just asked Angie to start us out with that because it's a big deal when we get a new recruit. It's a big deal when you have like that aha moment of like, oh my gosh, this is actually how I recruited her. And I just wanted you all to hear that. Is Diana not at the bowling alley?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
We're so lucky we get your full attention. I'm not competing with those bowling people tonight.
I'm so
I love
sorry.
it.
Well, it was icy, and I mean, because we've had a little snow, nothing like you've got, but the streets are,
Mhm.
They look clear when you look, but it's also getting down
I
to 30
see.
degrees.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah. And a lot of those people are seniors. So it was like,
Yeah,
no way.
not smart. Yeah, good. Well, I'm going to pray for lots of more icy Mondays so we can hold you captive
Yeah.
here on Brazil.
Especially this short week. I can't believe
Yeah.
I had 21 faces.
Wow. You are
What?
with Cass. Well, that's good. We're going to get to the count up. And actually, it's a
Yeah.
really short meeting. So we got so
Yes.
much to do.
Yes.
So many things to talk about. We're going to talk fast tonight. So be ready because we are going to be moving over to the other Zoom for Level Up with Laura McKeever. And you're going to get more training and inspiration there. So you get a double dose tonight. But we got to get through some of our special things first. And thank you for being on. And I see lots of red jackets here. I love it. Won't it be fun when we all have the red backgrounds, like everyone's in red? I mean, of course, our brand new consultants might not be, but it is definitely for everybody to do this. And this month we are going to share a little promotion. The directors and I were on a Zoom today. We cooked up a fun little promotion, and at the very end, Monique was like, "How about we do this?" I love that, right, Monique? It was just like percolating, and you came up with this fun idea. So we're going to do that. We'll share that tonight before you go. Okay, I just posted it in Facebook if you're too impatient and you have to look at it right away. Okay, so yes, put it in the chat right now. Christina's going to help us with the count up, and we want to know how many bookings you have. I know you all are working on your kit and commit, trying to get those 8 bookings and hold 5 at least, and then let her know what your sales were. Let her know how many faces you saw and what your shares were for the week as well. And you're going to be doing extra shares this week too, because we're giving you all the tools for that. All right, so we're going to kick it off first with just a couple quick holiday selling ideas because it's December and we definitely need to be doing some of that this time of year. Women are frantically searching for gifts and we can help them. So, first of all, I want to challenge you with all these different ideas that you hear to use Angie's advice and use your Facebook to generate some interest, right? Post every day this week, something. Okay. I'm going to commit to it right now that I will post something Mary Kay related every single day this week publicly for everyone to see. Maybe it's me holding up one of my favorite gifts. Maybe it's me with one of my customers who stopped by and was shopping with me. Maybe it's me talking live or a recording about some of the new changes that are happening in Mary Kay that I'm really excited about. Maybe it's me giving a beauty tip or a glamour tip or showing how the new eyeshadow sticks work. Just something fun and different every day is really going to generate attention. And you noticed Angie saying consistency is what counts, right? So don't overthink it. Put something up there and have fun with it and watch what happens. All right. So, Christina, you want to share about your holiday baby idea? She's going to share some easy things that you can do to share gifts, and you have to unmute so we can hear you.
Hello. Okay, it can be any kind, let me see, of basket. This was like a collapsible picnic basket that I found like in a boutique shop. So it like will collapse down. But it makes the perfect little holiday baby. And then it's like a nice size. It'll fit on one arm. You can carry it into work. You can carry it into the sport practices. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Anywhere you go, you have to take your holiday baby because just like a real baby, you can't leave it in the car, right? You'll be arrested. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want any of you to go to jail for leaving your baby in the car. Okay, so it goes everywhere. And you can use little excuses like, oh, I've got these cute holiday gifts, but I can't leave them in the car because it's too cold out. Or I can't leave them in the car because it's too hot out. Or I can't leave them in the car because I need to double check some things in the basket or whatever. You don't have to really explain, but most of the time when you're just like carrying it around, you go into the coffee shop, you're taking it in to the restaurant with you, when you go out to eat with somebody, other people will be like, what's in there? What do you have in there? What's going on in there? Okay, so you're gonna have it full of all your cute holiday wrapped goodies. And then you're ready to go for on the go selling. That's what we call on the go selling. So you're always ready, or you always have it in the car in the trunk. If it's not too cold, like below freezing, you're okay. But you know, you don't want to forget it in there and leave it in your trunk overnight, many nights in a row when it's really cold out. So but that is so fun. Any little basket will do, and all your leftover gifts, have them with you on the go.
So let's have them put it in the chat. Where are you going to be this week that you could bring your holiday baby? Let's think a little bit about that. I know for me, I had a customer come to my open house, and she wanted to bring a friend, but she didn't come. And she does a swimming class at the same gym that I go to. And so I said, how about I bring my holiday baby, my basket, to you guys? So after your swimming class, everybody can look at the products. What time do you get out of the pool? And I am bringing the basket into the locker room.
Ooh.
Right? So it's not by accident. Like, it's about being intentional and letting the people that you know, kind of almost be that catalyst for you to connect you to some people. So what do we have in the chat? Any interesting places that people are going to bring? Work, kids basketball. Absolutely. I used to do a lot of selling in the stands because women are bored. They don't want to watch that basketball game the whole entire time. They see a cute little basket on the bleachers and they're like, what's in there? You can even sell to the men too, because the guys are all there watching their kids practice. And you can be like, did you get your wife her stocking stuffer? And they're always like, no, we never do stockings. My wife just sort of takes care of that. I'm like, well, how sad is that? She needs something in her stocking, right? You better get a few things for her. And Deborah said she lives in an apartment compound, first floor. Yes, you're going to see people there. And drivers at work. Yes, the people that are coming in and out of work, especially if there's men, Deborah. I know you know about that. Cheer practice. And be intentional with it too. If you have a customer who lives in a senior living place or a school, that's your connection, right? You know how people network, right? See if you could bring your basket into the teachers during the teacher lunch hour, or, do a satin hands treatment for the people that work at such and such dentist office, right? You're bringing a treatment, a beautiful pampering, mini pampering to them during their lunch hour, but you're bringing the holiday baby with you.
I forgot to add too, Bridget. I always keep like a little folder of sales tickets and pens. So I have dropped off a holiday baby or basket, full of products or gifts. Not everything has to be wrapped. And you just say 20% off everything, or, you give them a deal, or you give them a little like price code of the things. Body care, 18, hand cream, 12. Like, give them maybe a list of the things that you have in there that makes it easy for them to shop.
Yeah.
And then they can write down whatever they want. And you can come back and pick up the basket later. And they have a chance to shop whenever they are.
Yeah. They may be more likely to shop with their coworker than shop with the stranger who is just randomly in their office. So that could actually work to your advantage. We just try a lot of things, right? We never know what's going to work. You got to be adventurous enough to just take risks and just try. Because what's the worst that can happen, right? Nothing. Farmers market. I think I saw Janine said revisit the senior living places, retirement places that she's been to before. Awesome. All right. Well, Monique had an interesting story too, which was related to holiday selling. You want to share your story about working that vendor event and then the follow-up appointment?
Yes. So, good evening, ladies. Hello. It's funny because I'm actually multitasking right now. I'm booking machine, you guys, because of these vendor events. Okay. So, it's always a good reminder when you go to the vendor event, you have your cute gifts and you have your cute gift baskets and you have all the things out. And it can be a little disappointing because you are there grouped in with other vendors. And these other vendors, think about it, they have brought everything they own, everything they've made, and their goal is to sell everything. Wouldn't that be a great day for them, right? I mean, you think about the people that are making the food and bringing the food, or they've made the keychains and the t-shirts. So like their main goal is to sell, and it can be very easy. I feel like that mindset can rub off on us. But remember that the vendor event, the point of it is really for us to attract her. We need her to like us, like our table, like our vibe, like our energy, so that she will then book with us. And that's the main goal. Now, it's always a bonus. It's a plus, sure. You know, a little satin lip set you want to order, satin hands, or there was that one lipstick from 20 years ago that she wants to order. You know, sure, that's all good and great. But what is more important and what's more exciting is the opportunity to sit with her face to face and meet the people that she knows that you don't know. And so I had the opportunity to work with Lamise. I don't know if Lamise is up here yet, but she's one of our newer girls on our team. And it was good learning. And it was a good reminder for me too, because, you know, it can feel like, oh, well, I don't know, I'm not getting as much maybe as you thought, but it's really the golden ticket. So I don't even think I have it here with me. Oh, yeah, I do. Look, this is actually how I put it in my book, you guys. I got this from my mom. Shout out to Pamela. So whenever they enter, they do the little entry form here. And then I circle, this is how I keep track of like the purples, like who responded to me right away. And then I circle the ones that I need to follow up with for the call, or they take notes. Anyway, these are golden tickets. This is where you're gonna get all the business you want, all the sales, all the team members, everything, the cars, it all comes from sitting with those people. So that's just a good reminder. So for example, I did an event, and I booked one lady and she brought a friend. So that was a double facial yesterday. And I booked another lady to come today on her lunch break. And between just those three in-person ladies that I met at these events, almost $750 sold between the three of them in a matter of what? 2.5 hours. And they came to me. I love it. I love it. So, you know, it's exciting. It's a good reminder that that was way more exciting to me to sit with them and to share the story of Mary Kay and why my eye story and these amazing products, and have brand new skincare customers. Hello, that's what we're after. That's way more exciting than just a little itty bitty sale. So I think it's just a good reminder for us when we're doing the events to remember like long term. You know, and then in the referrals I got from these ladies and booking them, and you know, so that's just what I want you guys to remember, because that's where you're going to get paid over and over and over again.
Yes. I mean, what did the other vendors make the next couple days after their event? Zero,
Exactly.
right?
Yep.
We have that follow-up that brings us so much more than they would ever dream of making.
And I
So,
was going to say too, sorry, I just thought about this because when I did the back-to-back event at the Stone Tower Winery, these vendors, this is their life. They're like, see you tomorrow. I'm like, what's tomorrow? They were going to another event, and it was going to be an outdoor event, and it was really cold that weekend. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to that one. They're like, no, you got to get in on it. And then next weekend we're going here and we're doing this. And like, so, you know, what they do is during the week, they're making whatever they're making. And then the vendor event is the big they're selling. And so it was just so interesting, because I was like, let me not get, you know, because part of me was like, well, what's the event, you know? And I'm like, well, you got to have time to book people. You can't work every event, you know? So just remember, we're a little different. Yeah.
And time to hold the appointments too. So yeah, we don't need to do it that much like that. Good reminder. And Jeannie, you know about those cold outdoor vendor events. She just did a couple of those, but you wanted to share a couple reminders too.
Okay, so the reminders, which things am I sharing? I'm sorry.
Oh, you were going to talk about IPAs.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry, guys. I am just getting in from work, but yes, income producing activities. So that when you hear us talk about IPAs, just remember that there's so many things that we can get distracted in, and like cute little envelopes that we mail out. And, you know, whether you have an office or an office space, organizing. And if you're like me, you get the squirrel moments, you know, where you start on this project and then you see the next two things, and then your time is out and you have not reached out to your people and you haven't earned any income. So what are some income producing activities? So you hear us say this, but make your important things list. So what's your 6 most important things? I have to do mine at night for the next day. And, like Monique was just saying, follow up. So if you do the cold vendor events, like I did 2 days this past weekend, and I have the names that I was just literally following up on my lunch break today. Nice to meet you. I want to offer you a pampering session and a gift card. That is an income producing activity. And I'm doing that while I'm working full time on a quick break. And then another income producing activity, filling your bags and putting extra samples and sending a message and asking for referrals. What are income producing activities? We keep saying it, but don't get lost in, you need to organize, eventually we do. But I can tell you, even for me, like my dining room table is full right now from vendor event things, orders that I need to fill, but I'm doing my follow-ups first and I'm showing up to the meetings, income producing activities. That's my tip.
Thank you, Jeannie. And what were you going to tell them, Christina, about IPAs?
Oh, Ipa, Ipa. You know how in the like Greek movies they're like Oopa, Oopa when they get excited. I said earlier today we should say Ipa, Ipa when we do our IPAs.
Yes. And in such a crazy time, like we feel like we're going crazy because there's so much happening, but just really work hard to just fight through those distractions and just tell yourself, IPA, IPA, income producing activities. I went to the $1 Million Reunion and it was amazing. I don't even have time to share it all tonight. There's so much that I came away with. But one of the things was just that the distraction is a big problem for all of us, right? It's a problem for the directors, the nationals, the consultants, and our clients. So we are going to, keep working on this as maybe even a New Year's resolution to work on how do we combat that distraction factor in our business, especially when there is so much happening. And one of the things you can do is that 6 most important things list, ladies. It all goes back to just the simple, basic lists. And my list was super long today. I had, a million things here, and it's not all crossed off by any means, but you just got to make it and you work through it and you keep refocusing on it and working in those little pockets of time. All right, so I think we got through a couple of those holiday ideas we wanted to share. And in our last couple minutes, I wanted to tell you that I think I'll probably go live and do a more thorough training or maybe make a video about using the flip chart because that is the key to having successful appointments. So let me pull up the flip chart. The company has a flip chart, which is a really good flip chart. But when you're doing a skincare class, whether it's in person or virtual, you really should use a flip chart. And we have one that I've made that kind of follows my flow of my meeting. And you can print it out and have it as a paper copy, put it in the binder, just like you get from Mary Kay, or you can use Mary Kay's. But there's a lot of different points and important things that you get when you use a flip chart. I mean, for one, it shows people that you don't have to know all this stuff, right? It's going to be right there in front of you, and you basically just read or look at the pictures and talk about it. And it keeps you on task. When women are talking a lot and they're getting you off task and doing different things, this is going to help you keep focused. We always share about our company, right? Sometimes we forget to share about it. We just jump in and talk about product. But when you have a slide or a page that talks about the company, you're going to remember you need to talk about it, and that's important. So I won't take any more time to go through it page by page since we're running out of time, but I do want to create a video that goes through how to use the flip chart, and I will post that in our group so that everybody has this. What I like about mine, to be honest, is I love the before and after pictures. I think that is important for people to see kind of like the changes that happen in people's faces. Transformations are pretty important. And they don't have that in the company flip chart. There's no before and afters. So, I mean, you see a difference in someone's skin and that kind of sells you on it. I will say really quickly, though, that our flip chart has some extra pages like skin cycling. And then I go into the booster. This is actually outdated. I need to change this one. But you don't have to use all these, but they're in the flip chart just in case someone is in the market for something like this, or you're doing like a follow-up appointment and someone's doing more skincare, like advanced skincare. So there's like 5 or 6 pages that are not for the first appointment, but they're in the flip chart in case you would want to use them at another time. So, and then we always share marketing at the end, and you've got a page that's in there that kind of makes it almost like a little bit of a game. And then you share the options to join and the flip and the closing sheet. So that's just a 2-second version of why it's important and how do you use the flip chart. But I'll do a more thorough training that you guys can see later on our group. Okay, so continue to book those 8 appointments and try to hold 5 so you can earn that special training with Jennifer Cook, who is Mary Kay's assistant. And this is part of that special promotion from the Nationals that we are very, very excited about. And let's see, we have a couple promotions that you will see on Facebook, and you can look at those in more detail. Let me get out of this and show you that in our Facebook group. So we are really excited about sharing this month. Okay, so check out our post because we really want to have everybody sharing with at least 20 women this month. There is a whole lot going on as far as new changes in Mary Kay, and every woman deserves to know about it. Okay. Our unit, since we're a little bigger, the Bold Believers, we are going to track 100 shares this month. 100. But I mean, how easy would that be if y'all did 20 each? We do it in like a week. So we could definitely do it faster than in a whole month. This is a picture that you could send with your script if you want to, including information about the changes, but not everything. You know, we don't want to overwhelm them. And then there's a step-by-step instructions in how you can go about doing these sharing conversations. How do you start? What do you say? This is word for word what you could leave on a voice memo or what you could text to someone. And then here's the key. You're going to put them in a group text with me and, well, your director and yourself and the new potential recruit. Okay, so check out that so you can learn more about how that's going to work. And then when you add 3 new team members, whether you're brand new or a red jacket already, 3 new and they get active in December, you're going to earn some red PJs from your director. All right. And each of our units is going to have their own little theme. And when we do our our pajama parties, we're going to all wear our PJs for it. Okay. So get your red PJs from us by the end of the month when you have 3 new team members and they all become active. Okay, well, that's all we have time for. And do we have a queen in all of our categories that we could share real quick?
Yes, we do. I only had numbers from 4 people. Let me just double check, see if anybody else came through. No, yeah, I think I got everyone. We have in sales, our queen of sales is Diana Berry with 396. And it's no surprise because she's also our queen of faces with 21 faces.
Awesome.
And she's also our queen of shares because she had 3 shares.
No,
Oh my
I didn't have
God.
3 shares.
Enough.
I didn't have 3 shares.
Oh, I thought maybe I miswrote it down. Maybe it's somebody else.
Oh,
did.
sorry about that.
Oh, 3 bookings.
I didn't
Sales.
have time.
Oh, yeah, three bookings. I said it wrong. I had it written down right. She's got 3 bookings, not
All
shares.
right, Diane, I'm going to take your picture. Got it.
Woo!
All
And we
right.
did not have any shares that I saw.
Mhm.
And
Well, we
I
know
had
that's
placed
going to
the
change
Sharon
this
with
week.
383. She was almost there,
I had
Oh,
the share.
right behind her.
oh, Angie did because she had a new
Oh,
team
did I
member.
miss yours, Ange?
Yeah, I had put it in at the end.
Oh, so sorry. Okay. Well, congratulations on your
Yeah,
win.
the team member that you shared about
That's right.
tonight, right?
Yeah,
Tammy.
yeah, that was her.
All right, let's take your crown picture. Got it. Looking
Your hair
beautiful.
is- Your hair is floating like this
I
because
know it's like, woo!
All right, ladies. Well, we got to cut it short. We got to go over to our Level Up Zoom with Laura McKeever. So
Hi.
if you do not know the Level Up number, I will put it here in our chat. And if you just click on that, it should take you right in there. And you will go over to our national area Level Up night. So we are going to transition over there now. I'll see you on the other side. And a few ladies just came in, Lamise and Alicia and Ashlyn. We are moving over to another Zoom right now. It's a different Zoom room. So if you can click on that link right there in the chat, it'll take you to that Zoom. Okay. All right. I'm going to head over there too. We will see you on the other side of our area Zoom.